Okay.
Like there's no way they didn't see it. And he keeps on saying, "Look at the camera."
Oh
So,
yeah.
I have a technical question.
Ooh.
Like the first position they're seen doing, he's
Mm.
behind one of the girl, so he's like basically doggy on like doing doggy style. But then the other girl is in front of the other girl, and but they're all moving as one. But I'm like,
Yeah.
surely there's nothing actually going on with the second girl.
I was wondering that too. I was like, is she wearing a strap on?
Yeah, that's what I
Is
thought.
she?
But
Yeah, because
I don't think Patrick Bateman would allow anyone else to be having a dick in the room.
no, it would compromise his ego.
Big
Um,
time.
yeah. But I was also thinking that too, because I was like, they all seem to be having like it moving in tandem, like they're all having sex at the same time. But only one of them has a penis.
I guess
So
again, it's just like it's so fake and it's so orchestrated,
yeah.
and it's like you're not even having a dick inside you, but you're still acting like you are. Like it's just everything is for show, basically.
Yes. Yes.
But I think it's really interesting, and the director said,
Bringing in the director's cut.
well, she was like talking about how her and Christian Bale were trying to decide, like talking about the scene and trying to decide, you know, what positions were going to be performed and everything. And apparently they watched porn the night before together to like make notes of what of what positions they wanted to do.
Well, it did feel very like porn-esque.
Yeah, well, the scene in the film, sorry, the scene in the book is basically just a porn, like a porno movie. So she made it a little bit more awkward. She says that she doesn't like how every single time sex with a prostitute is portrayed on the screen, it's always really hot and whatever. When she's like, actually, it's a job for them. They're doing it because they have to. They're probably just like anyone else in their jobs, where they're not always like in the mood. It's not always, and sex is not always hot. And
Yeah.
I think that's why you get scenes like when he's like, you dance, and she's awkwardly dancing in the corner of the room while he dresses the other one up, and it's like that's just not hot at all. And then yeah, apparently on the next day, on the day of the shoot, he arrived with like little stick figurines, and they like tried all the positions with the stick figurines to see what could happen or not. And and that's how they decided what positions to do. Which I'm such
Oh my
a
god, I
fan of
love
that.
this so much. I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan of that. That is hilarious.
But
just
yeah.
imagine like Christian Bale with a little stick figurine just being like, and then she humps him like this.
Well, apparently
then
in the last sex scene, which is the one with Guinevere Turner, who co-wrote the script, when they're first having sex, so Christy, the prostitute from the first threesome, is invited back to that one. And when they're having sex at first, they're under the covers, so you don't really see what's going on, but you kind of figure out that they're doing doggy again. And Guinevere Turner said in the interview that she was like, oh, so how is it going to happen? Like her, Mary Harron, and Christian Bale sat down to talk about the sex scene, and obviously this was pre-sex coordinators days. And she was like, so what do you guys think we should do? Like what kind of positions? And Christian Bale apparently was like, well, I think we start with me behind, and then I just flip you over, go down on you, and then it's just like starts with me like killing you. And she was like, oh, okay, you've got it all figured out. You don't need me to participate.
imagine having like that kind of casual conversation with Christian Bale, and he's just like, yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna flip you around, go down on you, and I'm gonna stab you or like bite you.
Yeah, I love it. It's perfect. But yeah, I think that's really funny, and it's funny to imagine like what it would have been like. Again, just thinking back on their conversations, and then watching porn, and then like the stick figures, and then him being like, well, I guess this is how the sex scene is going to go. And it's such a different time. Like you can't really imagine any film doing this now, or at least not any big film. Which I guess they weren't really a big film. They were like actually a pretty small budget, not massive film. But it feels like everything would be very much more controlled now for the sex scenes and everything. and they were saying that
Definitely.
you know the scene at the end where he's running around naked with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
um he apparently in between takes was just like hanging around naked with a sock on his dick, and he would like talk to the entire, like talk to catering, talk to like whatever, anyone from cast and crew, but was just like hanging around naked covered in fake blood with a sock on his dick. And it didn't seem like anyone had any issue with it. They were all like, it's great that he's that comfortable and it's really funny. But imagine this now. That'd be like impossible. Like he'd
Oh,
get so cancelled.
yeah, he would. He really would. Which, like, to be fair, I, a naked Christian Bale just like walking around with a sock on. Like, I would kind of say that that's almost like him method acting and like
Exactly.
playing. Uh, is it Paul Bateman? No, Patrick.
Patrick.
But it seems like, yeah, he was channeling his Patrick Bateman character, but he wouldn't be able to do that nowadays
No,
at
definitely not.
all.
I think that's something else. It's kind of unrelated, but after the sex scene with, I wish I could remember her name. I feel like I keep on wanting to say Samantha, but that's the actress name.